Good day, Angel here, and welcome to the presentation of Multimedia Design Principles. Miss Leslie has already presented the first six very important multimedia design principles, following Richard Mayer's cognitive theory of multimedia learning. This video and the succeeding two videos, I will be sharing information about the remaining six fundamental principles guiding the design and organization of multimedia presentations. I will be grouping the remaining six principles by two because I personally believe that they are closely related to one another. I will also be giving ways on how to apply the following principles and give some examples as well. Hopefully, you will be able to share your inputs on the following principles on how you apply these, okay, in creating your multimedia presentations in your own respective fields. So without further ado, let's begin. Okay, so just to give you an overview of the three videos, this video we will be discussing, or I will be talking about pre-training and segmenting principle. The next video will be talking about modality principle and image principle. And the last video will be talking about voice principle and personification principle. Okay, so let's begin. All right. So let's begin with pre-training principle. Ano po ba ang pre-training principle? So it states here that pre-training principle, people should have initial knowledge about something so that it can help people understand materials easily. So when people have background knowledge about something, then they can best interpret information presented in the multimedia materials. So giving them pre-training means you are giving them a head start on the complexity that they will encounter when they receive the multimedia materials you have prepared for them, be it video, audio, or print. Thus allowing them to be prepared and ready so they can engage effectively in the multimedia presentation or material that you provide to them. So it is crucial to learn the essentials and key concepts before progressing to more complex information. So I actually have some examples here. For example, examinations. This is not an example of how you will be able to apply it, but just an analogy on how it works. No? For example, examinations. If you have examinations, what do you do before the examinations? To prepare for it, right? To review. So reviewing is actually like a pre-training for you so that you'll understand the questions in the examinations clearly so you'll be able to get more scores. It is the same way for videos. For examples, before watching a movie, companies actually provide several trailers before you watch the entire movie. Okay, so these trailers serve as a taste of what you will be expecting, okay, for the entire film or the entire movie. So this is important because when people understand what to expect, they may be motivated to engage and explore the materials further. So it will spark their curiosity about the materials given to them. In education, we actually call this motivation. This usually happens at the beginning of the class where you will engage students into an activity where they will be introduced to the topic in a very interesting way. So if you do this to people, then people will be able to make connections between the topics presented to them and the content that will be given to them later on, and so that they can allocate their cognitive resources more effectively. So if people will not be able to make connections between the topic presented to them and the content that will be given to them later on, there will be a lot of problems. This may lead to confusion, this may lead to misinterpretation, decreased engagement, and again, information overload if you have presented too much. So, what should we do as designers? Okay, so before designing, it is significant for us to assess the prior knowledge of the intended audience. Why? Why there's a need for us to assess? We need to assess because it is important for us to understand what is the existing knowledge of the students already. So you know what to put in your presentation or material and what not to put in the material, as well as to know the information where you will be focusing on. Okay, so that is why it is important for us to assess the prior learning or knowledge of the audience involved. Number two is design content in a sequence that builds upon prior knowledge. Of course, you don't want to start in the most complex material, going to the most simple. Okay, so when you create materials, it's very important for you to start with the simpler content first, going to more complex information. Okay, number three is chunking information. This will be discussed later on in the second principle because I believe, as I said a while ago, these two are actually connected to one another. So it is very important for us to break down, okay, everything into digestible chunks. Okay, for us to be able to understand it more clearly. It's just like eating, right? So if you're eating too much, okay, like gobbling your food, for example, then nutrients may not be able to go inside or how can I say, to spread throughout your body. So it's the same thing when you eat slowly, when you digest information in chunks, then your body can actually work properly to digest everything. Okay, so it is very important for us to chunk and segment information. Number four, connect content with prior learning. Okay? It is very important for us to relate new information uh, to prior or familiar concepts among the target audience so that they can build connections between the prior knowledge and the new knowledge that you will be able to share to them. Okay. Next, number five is engagement strategies. It is very important to remember that the audience, the receivers of these messages, are not just mere receivers, no? They should feel that they are participants in a particular project. Okay, so it is very important for you to use interactive activities so that they will feel that they are involved in the project. Okay, so you can include simulations, real world examples, quizzes, etc. So later on, we will be engaging with you with some activities that you will be doing after you watch all the videos. So okay, this is to make them feel again that they are participants of the process and not just mere receivers of the information. Okay, number six is feedback and reinforcement. This is really very important. So it is significant for us to provide immediate feedback on learners' understanding of the content. Okay, when you didn't do this, you're just making it hard for the learners to understand the succeeding information. Can you just imagine moving forward with an information, no? New information, pero hindi mo pa naintindihan yung prior information. You didn't understand yet the prior information. So you're just making it hard for the audience or the target audience to grasp everything that you're providing to them. Reinforcement is also very important. You need to reinforce key points and clarify misinformation right away. Because if it's not right away or if it's not abrupt, then moving forward, again, you will be creating a lot of misunderstanding. And the ending is they will not be able to understand what you have provided to them. Thus, less engagement to them. They will not participate and will not have interest in the particular material anymore. Okay, so that's number one, retraining principle. So let's proceed. Oh, no. How to apply the following principles. Okay. So first is, of course, you need to develop an introductory module to explain the concepts before starting with the main program. So you need to give them an overview first on what they should expect. Okay. So that they'll know what to do. Okay, that's really very important. Okay, number two is consider preparing a cheat sheet of terms and definitions to accompany the course. sometimes we tend to give information or we give jargons to the target audience that they are not familiar with. So it is very important for them to understand the concept that is being presented to them, is to give them the definition so that they won't be lost along the process. Okay, so you can give them cheat sheets of the terms and definitions so that when they encounter this particular material in your next succeeding materials, then they can actually go back to the cheat sheet so they will be able to understand the materials easier. Okay. And number three, ensure learners how to use tools needed to complete tasks within the course. Of course, they should be able to be familiar on how to navigate the tools, or else, again, they won't be participating effectively. And you want participation in the process, okay, from step one up until the last. So you need to make sure that they know how to use the tools, or else, again, they will lose interest in your material and they will just put it on the side and won't touch it anymore. So it's very important for you to teach them how to navigate the tools. All right. Okay. So that's the first or the seventh principle of design, multimedia design. Okay. Now let's proceed to the next one, segmenting principle. Okay. What is this segmenting principle? Okay, it says that you need to transform complicated information to more digestible ones. Just like what I have explained earlier, it is very easy for people to understand materials if it's actually made in chunks, not one entire big information presented to them. Okay, people can absorb information easily if it is presented in a methodical manner. So don't put or give all information all at once. Too much information can overwhelm viewers, listeners, learners, leading to a cognitive overload. Or sometimes we call it information overload. No, when people are bombarded with excessive information, it can impair retention and comprehension. Pag nangyari yon, sayang, parang mababaliwala yung ating pinagpaguran, no? People may struggle to remember important details if you give them a lot. Okay, so you need to make sure that you segment or you divide the information to digestible parts. If this happens, it can actually decrease people's engagement. So they start to show not they start to show that they're not interested in the materials being presented to them, and not segmenting information may detract them from the main message of the content. And we don't like that to happen, and may lose their focus if they are distracted. If there's a lot of irrelevant information or a lot of information, basically, okay, it will divert them from the main topic to these unnecessary information. So complex multimedia designs with excessive information may be difficult to navigate for individuals with specific accessibility needs. You need to make sure that you have different kinds of learners. Thus, you need to cater to these different kinds of learners as well. Miss Leslie has already presented that when you create a multimedia presentation, it should be multisensory as well. So it's not just image, but image with audio, for example, combinations of this uh, modes so that they will be able to grasp. Okay, other learners with different learning abilities will be able to grasp what you are actually presenting to them. I will be discussing that later on the next video. Okay, so it's very important for you to present the information in an organized manner, and of course focus on the most important content. Okay, all right. So how to apply? Okay, so number one, organize content in manageable, coherent, bite-sized chunks. Okay, again, dividing the materials into segmented chunks so that they can easily grasp the information. And if you divide this into chunks, actually, they will remember easily where to navigate that particular information. Okay, for example, I know you have received emails already regarding a particular brand, for example, inviting you to explore their products, and then you will be routed in their websites. In the email, it is included later on. I'll be showing you some examples of that. No, okay. Number two, ensure no one lesson, module, or slide has too much information packed in. This is a common mistake for uh, for everyone. Okay, sometimes it's text heavy, no? Yung parang lahat ng information nandoon na sa one page, and all the text, the letters are really very small that it's really very hard for people to read already. Okay, so you need to make sure that you highlight only what is important, and don't put too much information in just one page. Okay. And number three, allow users to control the pace of instruction with next button or speed controls. This is important because it's like you're giving the learners or the target audience an experience of a journey from the start to the beginning, or from the start to the end of the particular material. So it's a journey. Make it feel that it's a journey for them, so that hindi sila mapagod. They won't be tired in reading it, for example, or they won't be tired in listening it, for example, because they're following a particular story. They're following a particular journey from the start and end, so that they will feel that when they, for example, watch the last video of that particular series, then they will be able to feel that, wow, I have achieved this, I have finished this. Okay, because it's not just them uh, reading a particular material, no, but let them feel that they are traveling through the materials that you're actually uh, presenting to them. All right. Okay. So that is the first principle and second principle. Before we end, I'd like just to give an example for you. So examples here are actually websites. So if you notice, websites have different segments. YouTube, for example, okay, you have your own channel, you have your playlist, okay, you have videos you liked, and so on and so forth. So people can actually try to navigate easily on your page in YouTube. For example, you are following a specific person with variety of topics, no? So with his or her videos being segmented into playlists, then you'll be able to easily find what you are looking for. Okay. A while ago, I told you about emails. So I'll be sharing you some emails I received from National Geography because I actually subscribe to National Geography, so I can have a lot of information about, general knowledge. So I'll be showing you an example of emails, okay, that is email that are segmented into different parts. Okay, just give me one moment. I'll be sharing you the email. Okay, I actually want a particular image. Okay, there you go. One moment. Okay, so this is an email from National Geographic. National Geographic pala. Hindi pala National Geography. National Geographic. So, if you can see, once you open their email, that's the first thing you will see. Okay. So, a title which is very much seen, or the logo which is very much seen, okay, because it has contrast sa background. If you will see, white and yellow ang color ng kanilang logo, while it is presented against a black background. So, for you to be able to uh, see it clearly. Okay, and they have there a very powerful hero image. We call this in design a hero image because it tells already what will you expect, okay, from the entire email. So this is what I'm telling you earlier, that pre-training the mind already to what information, okay, you will be giving to them on, or what information they will expect from that particular material. So an email is also a multimedia material, right? This ones you actually edit it before you send it. Okay, so it requires a lot of design knowledge as well. So news you can use, very catchy headline there. If you will see, use is changed in yellow color just to emphasize that particular word. No, okay, highlight what is important. Okay, why do we age? Is it connected to the hero image? Yes, of course. If you will see, the hero image here shows the hand of an old person. Okay, so can we slow aging? Wow. Okay, oh, I'm aging, I'm already 31 years old, how can I slow my aging? If I'm interested, then I can click on that, right? Now if I'm not interested about it, if you will see, there is also an information here about a subscription, and then a button here where you can subscribe. That's also a segmented body. Also, if you have different topics that you'd like to share to the target audience, okay, you have here two. They gave two examples about cocktails and about are you a stress eater? How to retain your brain. Mocktails have some surprising health benefits even for drinkers. If you will notice, everything is actually related to health. Okay, that's one. Another principle of design is harmony. So you should include everything, but you need to make sure that they are harmonizing with one another. They're just under one topic. Now, our top picks. Okay, so dry winter skin, again, still related to health, the menstrual cycle, and so on and so forth. And after that, okay, so as a subscriber, you have another segment here. Okay, if you want to explore more on their website, and of course, their footer. The first one, we call this a header. Okay, and the last one, we call it a footer. If you will see, can you still see the logo of National Geographic there? No, but you'll be able to see some of their materials. For example, this one, book with National Geographic in it, and of course subscribe. Call to action is really very important. You don't just want people to just read whatever you have presented to them. It's very important for you to be able to also share, no, what do you like them to do at the end of the day. Okay, so here you'll be able to see subscribe button. So if I'll click that, then I will be routed to their website. Okay, so that's what we call in marketing, no, call to action. Dapat may action silang gagawin after they have seen a particular material. So all of this is subscription option. Okay, cookies won't, and so on and so forth. This is also a hyperlink. So if you click that, then you will be routed again to a particular website. Okay, so there. Yon. Okay, where's my face? All right. Okay, so that is the sixth and seventh principle of multimedia learning according, okay, to Richard Mayer. I hope you have learned something from this video, and I'm actually excited to hear how you apply these two principles in creating or tailoring your own multimedia material in your own field. So I hope that you will participate in the Google form that we will be giving to you later on, and of course, activities for you to enhance your multimedia design principle application. Okay, and thank you very much. Once again, this is Angel, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye.